Hello students, how are you all? This is Anup sir. Students, in this video we are going to start with our new lesson, that is, this is Jody's Fawn, written by Marjorie Cannon Rawlings for class 8th. Students, This is Jody's Fawn is a very touching story that tells us about a little child and his consciousness. It revolves around the emotions of Jody and his pure heart. This story is an extract that has been taken from the popular fiction The Yearling, written by Marjorie Cannon Rawlings. It deals with a little kid, Jody, and his emotions. He has a very sensitive mind which makes him have a pure heart as well. So, students, let's begin with the lesson. Jody allowed his thoughts to drift back to the fawn. He could not keep it out of his mind. He had held it in his dreams, in his arms. He slipped from the table and went to the father's bedside. Penny lay at rest. His eyes were open and clear, but the pupils were still dark and dilated. Jody said, "How are you feeling, Pa?" "Just fine, son. Old Death has gone thriving elsewhere." "But wasn't it a close save?" "I agree," Penny said. "I'm proud of you, boy. The way you kept your head and did what was needed." Students, here, drifted back to means go back to. The word fawn means a young deer in its first year. The word dilated means enlarged. The word thriving means the action of stealing. A close save means a narrow escape. Keep your head means stay calm in a difficult situation. So, students, Jody could not help but think about the fawn again and again, no matter how much he tried not to think. He held him in his arms, in his dreams. He finally got up from the table to go to his father's bedside where his father Penny was resting. His eyes were open and seeming clear, but the pupils were still dark and enlarged. Jody asked his father how he was feeling. His father replied that he was feeling fine. He further added that it was a narrow escape from death, which seems to have gone stealing somewhere else. Jody agreed. Penny expressed how proud he was of Jody for how he did not lose his cool and did what was necessary while staying calm. "Pa, yes, son. Pa, do you recollect the dog and the fawn? I can never forget them. The poor dog saved me, that's certain. Pa, the fawn may be out there yet. It might be hungry and very scared. I suppose so. Pa, I am a big boy now and don't need to drink milk. Why don't I go and see if I can find the fawn and bring it here and raise it?" Penny lay quiet, staring at the ceiling. "Boy, you have got me hemmed in. It won't take much to raise it, Pa. It will soon start eating leaves and acorns. You are smarter than boys of your age. We took its mother and it wasn't to blame. Surely it seems ungrateful to leave it to starve. Son, I can't say no to you. I never thought I would live to see another day." Students, here the word doe means a female deer. Hemmed in means caught in a situation where one cannot say no. The word acorns means small brown nuts. So, students, he then asks his father if he still remembers the doe and the fawn, to which Penny replied that he can never forget about the poor doe that saved his life. Jody expresses his concern regarding the fawn, who might still be out there hungry and frightened as he was separated from his mother. His father agreed. Jody further adds that he can take care of him and he does not need to drink milk as he is a grown up boy now. He asked his father if he could go and look out for the fawn. His father asks if Jody wants to bring the fawn at their place, to which Jody agrees and added that he wanted to raise it too. As his father looked at the ceiling, he expressed how Jody has put him in a situation where he is unable to say no. Jody tried to convince him further by pointing out that it would not require a lot of efforts to raise it and it will soon grow up to eat leaves and acorns. Penny added how Jody was brighter than the boys of his age. Jody mentioned that it was them who took its mother, and now it will suffer because of them, even though it is not to be blamed. His father expressed how ungrateful it would be to let him starve. Penny could not say no to Jody, as he had lost all hope of living to see another day. Can I ride back with Millville and see if I can find it? Tell your ma I said you can go. So, students, Jody asked his father if he could ride back with Millville to the place where they left the fawn and try and find the fawn. His father agreed to it and told Jody to convey the message to his mother that he has given him the permission to go to the forest and find the fawn. He sidled back to the table and sat down. His mother was pouring coffee for everyone. He said, "Ma, Pa says I can go bring back the fawn." She held the coffee pot in middle air. What fawn? The fawn belonging to the doe we killed. We used the doe's liver to draw out the poison and save Pa. She grasped. Well, for pity's sake, Pa says it would be ungrateful to leave it to starve. Doc Wilson said, "That's right, ma'am. Nothing in the world comes quite free. The boy's right and his daddy's right." Millville said, "He can ride back with me. I'll help him find it." She set down the pot helplessly. "Well, if you'll give it your milk, we have got nothing else to feed it." Students, here, sidled back means walked back quietly, trying not to be noticed. The word gasped means catch one's breath with an open mouth, owing to pain or astonishment. So, students, Jody went back to the table in a manner to avoid getting noticed by anyone. He told his mother while she was pouring coffee for everyone that his father has given him permission to bring the fawn. On hearing this, she paused and held the coffee pot in the air and asked which fawn he was talking about. Jody informed her that he intends on bringing the fawn that belonged to the doe they killed to save his father's life. He further explained that they used the dove's liver to extract poison to save his father. Jody's mother heaved a sigh. Jody told her that his father thinks it would be ungrateful to let the fawn starve. Dr. Wilson kept his view forward by agreeing with what Jody and his father said. He thought both of them were right. He further added that there is nothing you can get from the world for free. Melville volunteered to get Jody a ride and help him search the fawn. On hearing all this, Jody's mother felt helpless as she sat down. Even though she was not in favor of it, she knew they were right and thus agreed if Jody would give the fawn his share of milk, as they had nothing else to feed it. Melville said, "Come on, boy, we have got to get riding." Ma Baxter asked anxiously, "You will not be gone long." Jody said, "I will be back before dinner for sure." Melville mounted his horse and pulled Jody up behind him. He said to Melville, "Do you think the fawn's still there? Will you help me find him?" "We will find him if he's alive." "How you know it's a he?" The spots were all in a line. On a dove fawn, Pa says the spots are every which way. Students, here the word mounted means riding an animal, typically a horse. Every which way means in different directions. So students, as soon as his mother agreed, Melville asked Jody to come along and said that they have to go now. Jody's mother Baxter, quite uneasily, asked for reassurance that he will not be gone for long. Jody replied that he would be back before dinner. Melville climbed his horse and helped Jody sit behind him on the horse. Jody asked Melville if he thinks the fawn would still be there and if he will help Jody in finding the fawn. Melville assured him that they would find the fawn if it was alive. However, he asked Jody how he knew that the fawn was a male. Jody told Melville that he is sure because his spots were all in a line. His father had told him that a dove fawn or a female deer has spots in different directions. Jody gave himself over to thoughts of the fawn. They passed the abandoned clearing. He said, "Cut to the north, Melville. It was up here that Pa got beaten by the snake and killed the dog, and I saw the fawn." Suddenly, Jody was unwilling to have Melville with him. If the fawn was dead or could not be found, he would not have his disappointment seen. And if the fawn was there, the meeting would be so loving and so secret that he could not endure to share it. Students, here gave himself over to means to spend all your time and energy doing or feeling something. The word abandon means having been deserted or left. The word clearing means an open space in a forest, especially one cleared for cultivation. The word endure here means handle. So students, Jody engaged himself in thinking about the fawn. They crossed a deserted piece of land in the forest. Jody gave directions as he told Melville to turn towards the north, where Penny got beaten by a snake. He said they had killed the dove here and had seen the fawn there only. All of a sudden, Jody became unwilling to be with Melville. He wondered if the fawn was dead or could not be found. He did not want Melville to see his disappointment. On the other hand, if he found the fawn, the union would be so loving and personal that he could not bring himself to share this feeling with Melville. He said, "It's not far now, but the shrubs is very thick for a horse. I can make it on foot, but I'm afraid to leave you, boy. Suppose you got lost or got beaten by the snake too. I'll take care. It might take me a long time to find the fawn. If he's wandered, leave me off right here." "All right, but you take it easy now. You know north here and east. There and there. That tall pine makes a bearing. So long, Melville, I'm obliged." Students, here the word scrub means small form of a plant. The word wander means to roam. Makes a bearing means acts as a compass and helps to identify directions. The word obliged means be grateful. So students, Jody told Melville that the point where he saw the fawn is not very far now. Jody suggested that he would go on by foot, as the scrubs ahead are very thick for a horse. Melville was afraid to leave Jody alone, as what would happen if he got lost or beaten by a snake too? Jody assures him that he will handle it and also that it might take a while for him to find the fawn in case he is wandered far away. He told Melville to leave him nearby. Melville follows his direction and advises him to take it easy. He asks Jody if he is aware where the north and east was. Jody told him by pointing out the directions that he knows and that the tall pine acts as a compass that helps in identifying directions. Melville remarks that the pine is so long, to which Jody agrees and expresses his gratefulness. So students, this is all about this video. We will continue the rest part of this lesson in the next video. Till then, just read the lesson and try to understand each sentence and paragraphs. Till then, this is Anup sir saying thank you and goodbye.